that wisdom, that I am Brahman, and Brahma sama asnute, and Brahman is realized there. Brahman is attained there. So Brahma Jnana depends on simple formula, discarding name and form. If we learn, see the opposite process. We came into the world and we have been taught to know the name and form. Is it not? When we are born, from our childhood till today, what is science? What is knowledge, you say? How much you can separate out one thing from the other? You are very specialist. Why? Because you can do fine distinction between the notes in the classical music from one to the other. Then you are expert. I cannot do that. I am a layman. You discriminate in any area, you trees, plants, in the gardening, in flower, in garden. You can discriminate one rose from another rose and how the color has been changed, and you can add to color minus if you can skillfully do a little difference, or you say, it's my special knowledge, no? That's why you say, he knows much. Knowing in our worldly sense is knowing name and form. In its multiple, as much as you can separate out, that much you are a knowledgeable person in the world. But in the spiritual world, how less you separate out from each other and connect it with one homogeneous reality. Then you are a Brahmajnani. See, just reversing our journey. We went this way and we have to come this way. How will come this way? Only detaching from name and form. Our whole attachment, we cry. We could cry for our friend who was with me and now no more. We cry, he is gone. What is gone? Name and form is gone. The entity which was that, never gone. It cannot go. So this analysis, this is the book, last part, what we are talking today, how we can switch from this world of duality into the world of that absolute oneness, Brahmajnana. So it is yada. That is the blessed moment if it comes in one's life. Sarve pramuchanti. You can withdraw or they can destroy it. What is destroyed? Kamaha. The desire. What desire? Desire is bad? One desire is not bad. But you are desiring very little thing. You are desiring for $10. Why not desire for $1 million, $1 billion? Desire is the same. Desire for only little name and form, and you get stuck there. And your love, your everything is limited there. Why not see who is minus name and form playing there? Who is that reality? Minus name and form. It is void. Buddhists will say it is void. If you get out name and form, what remains? What is here? It is void. But I will say it is not void, it is called space. Even if you say it is void, I will say void is it not? Then how can we deny the isness? So start with that. So dissolve all the name and form, get detached from all the names and forms which are pulling us into the limitation. There is nothing wrong to love anything in the world, but only problem is that it is limited. So how can I get the unlimited? Even seeing through the limited. Rabindranath Tagore had a beautiful poem, no? He said that Simar Majhe Ashim. Simar Majhe Ashim Tumi Bajao Apana Shankha. Oh Lord, you are playing your flute, your music of infinite. Infinite is music through the finite. Look at the little tiny flower and penetrate through that. Whose beauty? Forget the name and form. Go into the beauty itself. You are not giving up anything. Rather, you are reaching a place which is vaster than that of the little flower only. So similarly, here the Upanishad is teaching, your kama is bahuvachan. Bahuvachan means multiple, plural. Various expectation, desire. Desire one, I desire this, I desire that, I desire that, I desire that. His whole heart is filled with desire. And all desires are little. Like the petty examples of the mouse eating the rice grains. Who stock the paddy or rice for sale. Say huge pounds of paddies in the silos. And the mouse, to avoid mouse entering in there, the owner takes maybe half a pound or something and throws outside. And the mouse comes and they gets one bite and very happy. And then goes away. Hurry, go inside. You need not have to go away. So much stock is there. So don't be going to attach to the very limited, but you can love that limited if you see what is the unlimited is there. So this is the search. Vedanta teaches that give up your desires, which is you have made a picture of limitation around it. Which is the limitation? What limitation? Your name and form is the limitation. Break that. Love that. At the same time, break that outer crust of name and form and see that easiness, that blissfulness, that joyfulness, or that manifestation of consciousness. And then you find, oh, another name and form. Break that outer thing and see what is there. So this is connected with that, and that is connected with that, and you find that the whole universe is connected with that Brahman. And then you attain Brahman. It's a very beautiful, simple formula they have given. We can reach God in so many ways. So if you can meditate on these two verses, you get another way. A good writer comes and good intellectual comes, they can make these two verses and say it is my philosophy, new philosophy, and write a book. And that may be the bestseller book maybe tomorrow, if they can really write it in a proper way and present it. No? And this may be a spiritual practice. Only these two verses can be a spiritual practice which can lead us to the wisdom. So, the translation goes, when a person has all his heart's desire destroyed. Why this is very important? Because the desires of the heart is not for infinite, but desire of the heart is to cling on to the very petty little thing that is making me very small, and extending that, making me richer, and ultimately making me tuned to the cosmos. So, when a person has all his heart's desires destroyed, he attains immortality. Holy Mother, she simply said that if you can become free from all desires, your God realization is here and now. Nirbashana how? To ekhoni hoy. You think when we will realize God? You are very worried about that? Don't worry. It will be just now. If your heart does not get attached, or it does not cling to things which are very little. So this is the point. And even it is said that even if the thread does not pass through the eye of a needle, if there is one fiber sticking outside. So one fiber, it can create trouble. You cannot bring the rope inside. Then the Bible said, no, the road is narrow. No? What is the statement? Who can say that line? In the path to God realization, the entrance path is narrow. Because you have to be free from everything, entanglement. And if you enter into it, the vast horizon of infinite reality opens up. So, and becomes one with Brahman in this very life. It is called Jivan Mukti. You can attain your freedom from all bondage here and now only if you can be detached to the desires of the heart. Heart should desire for infinite only, not for the name and form, limited by name and form. The Kathopanishad again and again says that the goal of life is to attain immortality, but how can one attain it? There are some obstacles in the path, and these obstacles are desires. A person is pushed around by his desires, and he has to get rid of them. When these desires are gone, the self capital reveals itself automatically. It is like removing the dirt from the mirror. When the dirt is gone, the mirror clearly reflects your face. In the same way, when your desires are gone, you recognize your true identity. You recognize that you are this self capital. By this recognition, you know that you are immortal and that you are none other than Brahman. You have this experience in this very life. It is a matter of discrimination and renunciation. Two ideas, no? Discrimination. Discrimination is a bad term nowadays. But discernment. We can use the better term, discernment. So discernment and renunciation. What is discernment and why to renounce? Why it goes together? Goes together means analyzing the good from the bad. I know this is called poison, this is called nectar. So first I have to know what is nectar, what is poison. And then if we know it is nectar and it is poison, should we not give up what is poison? Should we not run for what is nectar? Similar manner, if I know the name and form is always making me crippled and bound slave of this mind and my emotions, and making me a slave of the world. So should we hang on to that? No. I want to detach from that. That's a spontaneous result. But if I say I know everything, but I go on and cling on that, then you are not practicing what you are saying. Two things to be simultaneously. If it is good, I accept it, and it is not benefiting me, not bringing freedom from me, I discard it. So that courage should be there, and that is called renunciation. Or in other words, love for God, whatever way you want to place it. Love for God, or in another word, renunciation, detachment. But people get frightened to detachment, better to say love for God. The same thing. If we detach from here, then I attach to that. So this is the point. And actually look at the miserable condition of our attachment. You attach to anything, that object becomes a problem afterwards. Anything you attach. When in some time it will be very pleasing, and whenever you spend some more time, you see that the same thing which gave you joy is becoming a point of your pain, extreme pain and suffering. So analyzing this, we'll have to think, I will attach to the divine in which everything is there. In the ocean, if you love the ocean, you don't get out of any wave. All waves are loved by that way also, because you are loving the ocean. Ocean is only, the waves are only a little part of the ocean. So if you love the ocean, then you love every ripple, every wave, every bubble, every foam. So it is not that frightening. Not as we think, detachment is really a frightening thing. It is not frightening. It is accepting everything as it appears in name and form, minus name and form. So when the doubt is gone, the mirror clearly reflects your face. In the same way, when your desires are gone, you recognize your true identity. You recognize that you are the self. But this recognition, you know that you are immortal. By this recognition, you know that you are immortal and that you are none other than Brahman. You have this experience in this very life. It is a matter of discrimination and renunciation. By discrimination, you decide what is good or for you and what is bad. And you renounce the bad. Then the mind becomes pure. And when this happens, the self automatically reveals itself. So, any question? So, let me read the other book. Question you have? Yeah.
Maharaj.
Yeah.
Where does God's grace play a role in the
It is all Vedanta we are talking.
Okay.
So Vedanta is the God without form. But God's grace is there when we try this way to detach from everything in the universe, to detach from everything, every name and form. We find that still we are attached to something else. We are struggling and we are not able to do that. We, as our human personality goes on, we take refuge in your Guru, we take refuge in our chosen ideal. This is a devotional term. And we are talking about the Vedantic term. If you blend together, then there is a position of grace, because ultimately you will find that you are unable to do anything. How much you make an effort, it is very difficult to get out or feel detached from everything. Last bonds come, last temptations come. Therefore said, everyone takes refuge to the personal God. It is the impersonal God, that's the personal God. But it is the same. Personal and impersonal are not too different. As Ramakrishna repeatedly teaches that in our Gospel of Ramakrishna. No? Yes, there is a position, but also grace comes to whom? Who works hard. You may say, then why it is grace? But it's true. You are true, but that is the way. We talk about this in the Bible story, and that the father gave equal money to 3 of his sons. And then one son, after 1 year, they inquired, what did you do with the money? One son says, oh, I made fun and joy and finished with my friends. It was a good day. Thank you, Dad. And the other one says, I didn't spend your money because you gave it. It's precious. So I put into the bank account and it is in the savings account. Okay? Then other brother came and said, what did you do with the money? Oh, Dad, you gave me. I put my whole energy and everything in it, and I doubled it. The grace will go to whom? In these 3 cases. First it will come to whom? Who worked hard and utilized it full extent, and the next best will be, at least he has not spent out. And the third chance will come to the son who had not utilized it. The gift was not mishandled. So similarly, grace in our life comes when we are ready.
So in jnana yoga,
there is a grace.
Is there a grace there too, or is
grace. There is
how
a grace.
would that be displayed?
You do your best, and then you will find God's grace, God's help comes.
Self-evident.
Some holy people come in your life, some opportunity comes, suddenly appears before you. You are a very busy person. Suddenly you are sincerely struggling, and God makes some ways and means to give you some relaxation. Suddenly you find that opportunity is a good opportunity to find some time for your own spiritual practice, and suddenly you can feel the glimpses of the truth. So it comes. Those are all called grace. Yeah, there is a big place in that. But Vedanta don't emphasize that side, because Vedanta says take the responsibility on your shoulder, work hard to make it double. God gifted quality, like the child, son, make the money double. Whatever is given, exercise the fullest, and then see God will help. You are not to say, oh God, come, where are you? But God is always with us, God is watching us. Are we utilizing our energy, or we are frittering away our energy? If we do that, God will say, okay, be happy with that. You bear your own karma, and you need get the result of your karma. Yes, Ted?
Yes, it might sound a little insane, but when I drop out of name and form and get a real, I get that view, I also see that dogs and cats and rats and bats are also in what I've dropped into there. And I look at this thing and it makes me see that my ego is just a thing of insanity. And then I look deeper, and then when I see that, well, I'm Brahman, obviously they are also. And then the problem kind of goes away.
Mm.
But it just seemed that strange thing. I always thought that, like rats and bats were, beneath me, beneath the human being.
No, that is not. That ego should not come. You are giving up your ego.
Giving what?
We are trying to giving up my name and form also.
Yeah.
It is not that your name and form is wrong, and mine is only true. We should have to do dual journey, no? First of all, say, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am the Atman. And then now this is not the name, this is not the form, you are that. So in both ways, there is no lower, higher. There is no animal, beast, or your dog, cat, or anything, or God, angel, nothing. God, angel, cat, dog, me, all same, with different name and form. So we have to get out of all the forms and names. First here, I am not the body, not this form, and not this name. Everyone gave this name. This name was not with me when I was born. So it is a given name. That's why in your passport and everywhere you know, what is your given name? The spiritual meaning is there. You are nameless, and God has made you what name? That's it.
Please repeat your questions more often.
Oh, what the question? Oh, what Ted says, that cats and dogs are lower, no? And I am something higher. I am saying its name and form is wrong. I am judging them. I am something higher. There is no question of higher or lower.
But then when I drop the name and form, then I say that
They are all name and form. I am also name and form. So what is the difference?
Yeah. So then I get a look at my ego.
Yeah.
My ego's insane.
Yeah. That is what that's it. Yes.
When we are talking about the Atman or Atma, how do you distinguish between the Jivatma and Paramatma?
Jivatma is with name and form. Destroy the name and form, you are Paramatma. Simple thing. With the name and form, you are Jivatma. And you destroy your name and form, then you are Paramatma. Simple, only twisting, only one thing, name and form. Drive out the name and form.
But without the grace of God...
Forget that. You take grace of God or analyze, do whatever way. Jivatma, name and form gone, then it is Paramatma. So, with God's grace it comes, your effort it comes, then you do whatever the way it fits you. Yes. You are saying something? Yes. Yeah. Yes, Swami.
When we try to fit in grace into Advaita Vedantic texts like this, any one of the Upanishads, which come from a different angle, as it were. We are really trying to insert that which doesn't belong to this particular picture. But when you say it is so difficult to see existence itself, it is very difficult not to see Nama-Rupa, name and form. And it is very difficult to give up all your desires. But if one persists in that effort, grace will follow. I mean, if we say that, in a way it's a careless way of speaking. Actually, with that struggle, one begins to realize that the potential for, in a devotional sense, grace leading to a darshan, or in a jnana yoga sense, the opportunity that opens up for you to get rid of name and form, really is the refinement of the spiritual seeker's own mind, so that everything is an opportunity to peel off this name and form, and to apply the devotional vocabulary. Nothing wrong with it, but it doesn't really belong here. It happens through the effort of the sadhika, and everything that happens, even something that looks like an obstacle, is really to an aid in peeling off one more skin of the onion. And what is left?
No, actually no. In the level, we live in the level of duality. So we live in the level of duality. Our efforts, even Shankaracharya, look at that in his highest wisdom, what he is talking about. He is saying Kuputri ki with that Narmadastakam. I am your Kuputra, I am bad, I did this, please help me, please pray me. When you come down in the level of duality, how much Vedanta you say we are dualists. But in that level, here emphasis is given, directly I am responsible, I will do the best. That's also grace of God. I cannot do that. I have no power. My mind I have no zeal to do that. That is also God's grace. But not to name that, here is the more important part, is that take the responsibility on your shoulder. You do the best journey in spiritual life. And why do you think of God's grace? It is always there. It will come. Ramakrishna said, God's grace is all the time. Rather, what we are doing, we are trying to unfold or making ourselves ready, unfurling the sail, so that God's grace can catch. My heart can catch the grace of God. It is no difference, because most Brahmagyanis like Hari Maharaj, Turiyananda Swami and others, Ramakrishna tradition, look at that, at the end part of their life they are saying ma, 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 ma. So, not that it is contradictory, it will blend into one thing. At this point of journey it seems it is totally, I am making self-effort, I am egotistic, I am trying to see the name and form. You do, if that suits to your temperament, an analytical temperament, they will like it. Devotional temperament will take the path differently. But the point is that when one is sincere and struggling for that, at the end point, result will be the same. In the Vedanta also, it will happen. You see, they give the example in Vedanta, how no? Suppose you are cutting a big tree, and when they cut the tree, they are chopping at their trunk. At one point it is becoming thinner, 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 almost cut, little bit is left. Then, in the olden days, the woodcutter, then runs away. And the tree was standing, it falls automatically. That is called the grace part. You need not have to do anything. It falls. The Berlin Wall drops.
It's
So,
Thakur's saying that you put the sail, it will catch the wind.
right.
So if you do your work, God's grace will automatically
Yeah.
come to you.
Yeah. So that is the point. It is not a contradictory. But it is, we have to emphasize this book as we are reading, is a Upanishads are the cream of Vedanta, no? What he is indicating, reading in 1,000 books in 1,000 ways. Just if you want to remember one point, that this world is nothing but name and form. It is exactly, it is Satchidananda with name and form. So I must have to get out of this name and form, this mist of name and form. And to analyze, if we denounce the name and form, what remains? Is it void? No, it remains something. And that something we do not know. Someone say it is void, someone say it is full, someone say it is Satchidananda, someone say no, it is nothing but what is called pure negative, pure zero. So don't have to deal with that. Point is that how we can and detach. If I really know it is name and form, then it becomes easy also to detach. I am giving attachment, my love for the name and form, but I am loving the gold. I am giving, see, you give me one gold ornament. So if I love the gold, is it anything wrong that I am loving the gold only? I don't care for the design. You give me 10 such ornament with heavy weight, I will be happy with so much gold I got it. But you people who wants to like the design, you will be catching, oh, this is good, this is bad, this is good, this is bad. I like it, I just don't like it. So what this scripture is taking, look at the gold side. You are not giving up anything. Only you are giving up this design size. And design means name and form. If you can remember, the whole day, we are only seeing the designs. But it is all gold. It's called all God, no? All divine. Only with name and form. And because of name and form, as it is name and form, and I also live in the name and form, so my attachment goes to one thing, my aversion goes to the other side. So, and that creates trouble for me. Had it not created the trouble, I need not have to change, get out of the name and form. You look at life, name and form. We all like our youth, no? That name and that form. And now we are becoming old, we don't like this form anymore. It is becoming a point of trouble. This knee pain is coming, back pain is coming. How much I try to get out, then it catches me again in that way. So we are getting detached, We are feeling that this is not so good. Because we are attached to this body, this name and form, that's why the reaction. If I thought that is made of this constituent Satchidananda, what it matters is what happens to the name and form. Name deforms this way, deforms this way, what it matters? The content is there. The gold, the ornament is put into the fire and it melts. What it matters if I love the gold? I'm not getting out of the gold content, but I am getting out of the design content. Oh, this is the point. Children will be liking, as I say, the cookies, animal cookies. They have their choice of animal cookies, which cookie they will like. But for an intelligent man, it's all cookies. Bite this, you will get the same taste. Bite the horse, you will get the same taste. What it matters, it is a horse shape or it is a tiger shape. So we are caught into the trap of this shape and size and name and form. So these two verses teaches us, it's a great spiritual practice. Day and night with eyes open, we can think in this way and we can get some insight. But that insight should be first I. I am also name and form. I am not this, but I am the content, Atman. Manobuddhi ahankara chittani naham. Naham. I am not that, but I am Chidananda Rupa. I am the Rupa, that form of Chit, consciousness and Ananda, absolute peace, absolute Chit. Actually, spiritual practice is intense. The philosophy is very simple. Philosophy is very, very, very simple. That's why Vedanta is the simplest philosophy. You can make it complicated by bringing all types of counter-argument and this and that. Yeah, that may be necessary for our sharpening our brain so that it gives us the clear understanding. But Vedanta is very simple. God is there, you are seeing God, you are not recognizing it. Your mind is reinterpreting the same Satchidananda in name and form only. So why are you a slave of your mind which creates this trouble? Why not get out of it? That is the call of the sages. And enjoy your eternal freedom. You are not losing anything. You will be Jivan Mukta here and now. So let me, before I conclude, only one paragraph I read. What this book has talked about this verse, particular verse, this 14th verse. The state of desirelessness is the state of Kaivalya. Kaivalya means Sanskrit word. Kaivalya is illumination.
Isolation.
Keval, only one, onliness. Single word, onliness, only, that. And here, and that you can say it is a state of illumination. That state can be reached even while the individual lives his life within the mortal frame. In this mortal frame, by thinking this way, one can attain that freedom here and now. Here the Upanishad is amply clear in support of the Advaitins' claim. What is the claim? That man can realize Godhood in this very birth, and this is the state which is called Jivan Mukti. Mukti means freedom, Jivan means while breathing. Not post-mortem God realization. You will go into heaven and you will be very joyful and this and no such promise. Have it now. You feel it here and now. So that you will attain. We have discussed in other Upanishad, Kena Upanishad, that there is a school of thinkers who believe that the final state of realization can come only in the very last moments of life, and that after realization the body falls off. This school believes only what is technically termed as Videho Mukti. There are two types of liberation in the scriptures we find. One is liberation here and now. That is Ramakrishna order believes in this philosophy. Vedanta Society's thought is that Jivan Mukti, now realize God before your death. Someone says, okay, you do this practice. If you cannot, then when your body will drop because of your practice, at the last point of your death, this knowledge will come. Videho. When Deho will be gone, Be means begotten. When this body is gone, then you realize God. But two schools of thought. But better thought is, I think, if we can get it here and now. We worship our Ramakrishna's disciple. They all realize when they are in this body. And they said, all the devotees, you devotees, Brahmananda said, get it by 30 when your age is within 30. Who is within 30 here? You people have the hope. Who are within 30. So they say, have it now and here. Don't wait for more than over 30. Do it within 30. Know that you are the divine and this whole world is made of the same Satchidananda.
So আমাদের কোনো chance নেই?
No, আমাদের আছে. We have our hope, but we are not very serious during that time. Within 30 we are not serious. So now he says, because he is inspiring the young novitiate monks and brahmacharis, that you are young. You are now 18, 19, 20. This is the time to do something. Look at the youthful children of the country, any country. I will change the world. No? You can hear this type of very powerful words from a young boy in the school or college. No? I am going to do this, I will do this, I will do that. That is the period of zeal, energy, physical strength, mental energy. All are blooming that time. And when you are aches and pains and this and that, what can I do? I want to do, but I cannot do anything. Those are obstacles, many obstacles comes before us. Not that we have not done anything, that is not the point. Point is that Maharaj Swami Brahmananda, who is a man of God, he says, have it now, don't wait. Your rest of the life will be full of joy. Ramakrishna used to say that we will enjoy pension scheme. If you work hard and give up your job, you can retire early. If you have a good earning, then you don't need it. And if you realize God, your greatest earning is done. Now you relax the whole life, do dance, sing, do whatever you like. Nothing will bind you. So it is said, have it now. And that is the call of our great Swamis. Thank you all. So let us close with our chant normally. Om Shahana Bhavatu Shahano Bhunaktu Sahabiryam Karvavahai Tejasvi Navadhitamastu Ma Vidvisha Bahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Ram Krishna Panam Astu.